What's up guys, Hades here. So it's time for a new carry tier list. It's been a long time since I made my last one. Matter of fact, there's 3 new Chaos Immortals since then. Fountain of Life is out, Fully Prepared is out, Knife Through Butter, along with the other buffs and nerfs to certain Immortals and multiple meta changes. So it's long overdue to change this carry list. Now, how am I determining what is what? S tier is best of the best. Back when I made this, these were all the best carries there were, which is hilarious, right? I'm going to change all of it because almost none of these are S tier anymore. Almost none of these are A tier anymore, and there's some big shifts in the meta we need to talk about. Now, the most impactful thing that's changed just about everything is Knife Through Butter. Knife Through Butter has made Alex the best character in the game. He actually stands by himself in the SSS tier. He will be there alone for the rest of this video. Nothing compares to Alex. If you want proof, just look at the rankings. Everyone at the top is using Alex. These are massive, massive, massive whales, all using my favorite hero, Alex. He is the best hero in the game, and it's all because Knife Through Butter is so strong. It is game altering, game warping. Reducing people's energy is insane. Giving the hero with the most attack speed, with attack speed artifact, with double attacks, making this 6-hit combo super easy to obtain. He is without a doubt, in my mind, in this current state, the only hero in the SSS tier. He stands alone. No one isn't even close to him. Now, where do the rest of these heroes land, and where do I think Medusa's gonna land? She just came out, and I think she's really good, but I'm gonna keep her for last. So, is Loki still S tier? Yes, Loki is the best mage. He was actually my number 1 before, and he is actually the second best now behind Alex to this day. Why is that? Well, let's go back and look. Infinite firepower still hits no matter what. So you may not be able to get your ultimate off because of Knife Through Butter plus all the other skills that reduce your energy, but you're still gonna get off your infinite firepower damage. And infinite firepower plus the best mage makes Loki the best mage. Himiko, with a full team around her, is still very strong. Wukong has fallen off, and he's fallen off hard. Matter of fact, no one uses him. He's still good. I'm gonna keep him probably A tier, but no one uses him. If the whales aren't using him, he's really not that good. Baldwin got a nerf, which made him almost unplayable. Probably B tier. He's not that good anymore. Saladin, at the time, had some really nice combos. Not that good anymore. Hannibal, this was from Alex plus Hannibal in the hybrid. Very average. Somewhere has potential, but just no one really uses him because Alex just kind of does what he does, but does it better. I still like Khan. I do like Khan in the S tier, but not super high. He's not as good as Himiko. I use Khan because I don't like using the best. I like to see what else could be used, but he is still very good. He can compete, just not quite the same level. Now, in my opinion, Apollo is the next best. Mainly because the reason he falls behind the 2 mages is he cannot use infinite firepower. And the fact that he can't use infinite firepower means he's going to naturally do less damage. If Alex hits his procs, hits his Wind Rage proc, and hits his Knife Through Butter proc, Apollo actually doesn't get to ult very much. If at all. Matter of fact, he doesn't ult at all. The same with Khan. They're very similar. If Alex activates perfectly, they both don't get to play the game. And that's why the mages are better, because they're still going to get value out of infinite firepower, whether Alex does his thing or not. Now, a lot of the whales use Ares, but Alex kind of took Ares' place. And the fact that Alex is the best means Ares doesn't really have a spot. Some of the whales do use him, but not all of them. And they use him like Alex, and it still works. But it's like, why would you build Ares when you could just have Alex? Like, they do the same thing essentially, but this one's 10 times the price, right? So you know, for the average viewer here that I'm catering to, I don't think Harry's is that good. I'll put him at the top of A tier. The shield break could be more effective now that we're going to talk about Medusa. Now, Medusa is the new hero on the block. I've talked about her in the new events. Where is she? Here she is. We've talked about her a little bit, but I haven't talked about where I think her power level is. So, first we need to talk about what she actually does. So, her skills is a passive. It does 600% every 6 seconds, and that's a passive. Now, her active removes all debuffs from herself and unleash a beam of petrification on all enemies with a up to 70% chance to petrify the target for 3 seconds. This also adds a mark of revenge to the target that resists petrification, lasting 3 seconds. And after you do the mark, your next time you use your passive damage, the skill will do 30% increased damage. So she kind of scales on herself after her ult. The second time she uses her passive, she's going to do 30% bonus damage, and just a 70% chance to petrify the opponents for 3 seconds. And with her artifact, it actually increases to 6 seconds. So she could actually cycle and petrify everyone for 6 seconds over and over and over. But we'll see how far that goes. Now, why is she going to be better than Apollo? Well, Alex, the best character in the game with Knife Through Butter, can't affect her passive, so she's going to do her damage no matter what. However, Alex still resists her because guess what? He can't be petrified, right? This is why Alex is SSS tier. He can't be stunned. He can't be confused by Loki. He can't be stopped. You can't stop his damage. He's always going to impact you with Knife Through Butter. However, Medusa has a place in the S tier. I think just below the mages, but above Apollo and Khan, because she's going to have damage no matter what, right? Matter of fact, she could be in front of Loki if it plays out the way I think it could play out. However, Medusa is countered a little bit by Fufei, and so the fact that she can kind of just be stopped with the petrification from Fufei makes her just not quite as valuable. But when it comes from a carry standpoint, I would put her here in front of Apollo Khan and behind Loki Himiko as for now. Now the rest of the list is kind of irrelevant. Most of these characters don't do much at all. Most of these bottom feeders are for bosses and Spider and the new Elemental. And then the rest just kind of fill in the gaps, right? They either have no value and they shouldn't be built at all, or they're niche like Peter and Hammurabi for Thunder. If you really want to build Thunder, you do kind of need Peter. If you're going to build Fire, you know, Hippolyta is a very good carry. You would want her. And same with Tutankhamun in Shadow, very strong there. But B and below, honestly, hard to use. Very hard to use. But yeah, I think that's about it for this video. If you like these kind of videos, make sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.